Okay, good girl. Oh, good girl. Oh, I'm live. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hi. Hello. Good morning. Oh, somebody else wants to say hello. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here. Akila. Come here. Nope. Good morning. It's Saturday, March 15th, 2025. And I'm very busy, as always, but this time busy for somebody else because there's lots to do. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. Part of what I'm doing is looking after this beautiful creature. Hello. This is Akila. And then this one too. This one too. This one's called June. Ow. June. Ouch. Scratchy one. One cat, one dog. But she's got 3 cats, 3 dogs, and I'm looking after them and looking after the house and feeding them and making sure they're happy. But I'm looking after me, and that's what I want to talk about because I think I did mention how to align yourself with peace in an earlier. Excuse me. More light. Always more light. Okay. Right, get on with it. Can you please subscribe to me or click like or click not, whatever it is that people do, because the algorithm seems to be set to 0 or something near it. And it's not a popularity game. I just want to make sure that people hear me because I have things to say that just might help. They help me. Simple things. Simple bumper sticker phrases and sayings. They're not going to save your life. Inevitable timeline of start here and end here, but we don't know when it's gonna whatever. Yeah. I am more tired than I've been for many years. Breathe. That's better. In this house, I helped raise 2 beautiful girls. Women now, 21 and 23. And I couldn't be more happy about them, their lives. Very proud father. Done my best to help them as best I can. Here comes the cat. Hello. Meow. And now they're helping me. I mean, willingly helping me, which is nice. But at the moment, their mum needs more help than I do, and I want to get them to help me help mum. Got a scratch. Hi, June. And they want to help, but it's really tough because there's been a separation. Jude, the mother of my children, and I are separate. I live nearby. At the moment, I'm living here while she's in hospital so that I can take care of things. And of course, that's pushing a lot of buttons in my head, memory buttons, the times we spent here. And they're fond memories, but I'm preparing the house now so as she can cope on her own. She was coping on her own, but then she had major surgery and it's going to make a big difference. And she's even not willing to admit that yet, even though she's in hospital and about to be released into a convalescent home for a few days. But I'm fixing things in the house for her so as she can come home to a place where she can function. And of course, the reason why she and I split up was because she is a very independent, self-motivated woman who's very, very strong. And I love that. And I loved all of that in her until she got to the point where she would ask me to do something and then say, not like that, like this, not like that, like this. And it became a battle of, yes, I'm willing to help, but I can't be you. There was this dominant factor, very dominant woman, which is great. It just didn't suit me. So, we had to go our separate ways, but I stayed nearby and did what I could. And every time she asked me for help, I would start something or try and say, yeah, okay, or I'll get somebody to help me do, and then go through the whole process with, no, not like that, like this. And I can't be that. And this is my problem too. It's not hers. But we've agreed to disagree on many things now. And here I am trying to do the best to fix up the place so she can be independent again. It's tough when two people, and I mean, this is more of a confessional. I don't know what I'm saying. This is relationship advice to myself. I don't know. I'm holding on to the relationship, but I'm also letting it go. It has to be that way, and it's tough. So I'm doing brilliant oxymoron, which is holding on to letting go. Here, June. Hello, June. I think I'm going to have to go big picture. Little picture is kind of playing with my emotions right now. Big picture. Someone is telling us what to do, and we've all got used to our freedom and independence. So we're going to have to stop listening to that person and take responsibility for our own lives. Am I still talking about big picture and little picture? You see, the strength of your independence is your ability to understand that everything is emanating from you. It's all coming from you. So if you acquiesce to a tyrant in any part of your life, it doesn't have to necessarily be a tyrant, because that's creating an enemy. Just stop following fools. Be your own sovereign human being. Be in charge of you. And if it doesn't work, your relationships with this person, if it's working against that principle in you, that you self-govern, then that relationship needs to pop away. Just walk away from it. Walk away. That's a good thing to do, and it doesn't serve you. But if someone's in pain and they don't know what they're doing, and you love them anyway, and they're part of your close family, then help them. But don't do it to the point where you're hurting yourself, because that's silly. Whew. There you go. Okay, silly. Hey, hi, Conrad. How is your family? Yeah, the mother of my children is probably going to get out of hospital Monday morning. I'm helping set her up with a convalescent hospital place, but it's not a hospital. They have a nurse and carers in there, but it's till she gets her strength back to be able to cope with being on her own in the house. And I'm also at the same time fixing the house. So as when she comes back, at least everything's functioning correctly, because it wasn't. And I haven't been able to tell her that I am fixing up the house, because, oh, no, I don't want you doing that. And it's like, because she's so fiercely independent, even though she's completely dependent right now, she still lives in this bubble of, people don't need people. Or maybe it's just people don't need me, which is fair enough. I understand that too. My kids are doing great. Home is best recovery place. It sure is. I mean, I don't want to go to the hospital. It's full of sick people. But she had an operation, a major operation. And there's, couldn't have done it here. I suppose if a surgeon came house to house like they used to do in medieval times and kill people. No, we're in advanced technology times, and it's beautiful to see a surgeon hone his craft on other humans and fix things inside that would normally have killed a person. So, yeah. But home is the best recovery place for sure. Recovering is getting used to what is real and understanding where you are in that reality. It's, yeah. So, what about you, Conrad? How are things going in Poland? Are you okay? I know you were working very hard. You seem to work a lot. So. Yeah. That stoicism is going to save us. It really will. To be stoic, to understand that this current global societal blip in what they're doing, what is temporary, and we have to remain stoic. How you doing? I mean, I go to the hospital every day to visit the mother of my children, And as soon as I go there, the door, the doors open to the hospital. I walk in, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm saying hello, I'm trying to and I immediately understand how it can be, we can address our misgivings by being miserable, or we can address our misgivings by being cheerful and saying, you know what, we're going to get past this. And again, in the bigger picture, we're going to get past this nonsense that's going on right now. Hopefully in my lifetime, and hopefully for my children's sake, because at the moment, the control system is starting to strangle people in lots of ways globally. Yeah, we've got our silly guy in charge, and England's got their silly guy in charge, and Poland's got their silly guy in charge. But globally, we're feeling this kind of weird pinch, and it's kind of like a squeeze, and we're trying to expand our consciousness, and they're trying to cram it into a box. And so we just got to be stoic. How are you? But when people ask me, how are you doing? Because here I am, smiling Charlie running around the hospital, cheering everybody up. And they say, how are you doing? And I say, average. And they go, oh, just average. And I'm like, yeah, my average is way above most people's average. Same thing. So. It's like, I've learned to understand that life is suffering. I will not suffer the suffering. And that's really the teachings of Zen and Lao Tzu, and the interpretation by Alan Watts, and understanding that life is suffering, but we shouldn't suffer, mustn't suffer the suffering. It's a conundrum. But life can be fun as long as you stand firm. Stand firm, Conrad. Yes, life is very private experience. Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, we've let society in, haven't we? I mean, to be honest, every single move, everything we do is monitored and tracked and traced. And, I mean, my daughters who grew up on the phone, I mean, this thing, I used to think a phone was something you picked up at home and whoa, hello, oh, you sound so clear and you're, 3 miles away. Anyway, but they grew up with the pocket computer. So of course there's going to be a relative transitional period with the technology. But really what comes back, it always comes back to how humanity deals with that technology. It's not the technology itself, it's how humanity adapts, and we have to adapt. Because change is inevitable. The only constant in life is change. But that doesn't mean we have to accept everything as being, the answer to our problems. Sure, we have to accept things exist. Everything starts with acceptance and acknowledgement. But the fact that there is this technology, and this technology is good technology, but it's in bad hands, then you can start working up out of the problem. But if you just say, well, I'm not going that way, fuck technology, and just brush it off the table, does that mean that doesn't exist anymore? No, it still exists, and it's still affecting the rest of the world, your family, your friends. So you've got to keep pace with it a little bit, but at the same time understand that you just don't give up to it. It's powerful, very, very powerful. I mean, there are so many experts in the world, and I like that. We're all free. because we're all experts, because we all have the knowledge, but do we use it wisely? Oops. No, we still follow fools. It's good to have more paths to run away. No, to run to. Society was there before. Yeah, I mean, the fight or flight mechanism that is, that people say is, inbuilt. Sure. I mean, you don't walk down the middle of the freeway. I mean, you don't walk into oncoming traffic, or walk into a fire, or you're aware of danger, so that awareness is good, but you don't come from a place of constant fear that that's going to happen right now. So the flight or fight mechanism inside your human experience, you have to temper with, oh, these people are telling me to be scared of everything, and these people are saying, oh, be completely oblivious to everything. Well, there's a middle path where you recognize that most fear is manufactured, most danger is real. So you recognize the real danger, and you still keep going forward. You can't go back. There's another part of their ploy and plan. Who are they? I don't know. But the ploy and plan is to sell you an idea of it was so much better back in the old days when we were at war, that sort of shite. Nostalgia's not what it used to be. That's one of my favorite jokes. Rehash of old ideas that still are trying to control you. It's like, oh, vote for a new government. It's still the government. No matter who you vote for, the government's going to get in. Do you need controlling? No, I don't. I don't need controlling. I need help. I need compassionate, empathetic, loving, caring help, same as everybody else does. But do I need governing? No. No. And I think a lot of people don't understand when I say I'm an anarchist or an anarcho-pacifist, whatever, all these labels. I don't like labels, but, when I align myself, my values with anarchistic pacifism, it's like, I don't need a government to tell me how to be peaceful. I know how to be peaceful. I haven't seen a government yet that doesn't immediately go to war. Immediately they think there's a problem. And that to me is like a knee-jerk reaction by some smaller countries, or a driving force for most larger countries is to be constantly at war. Well, I don't like war, all right? I don't want to kill people. I do not want to kill anybody. Okay. Society should be for benefits. Yes. Well, I mean, our lives should be of worth, and our lives should have benefits. And they do, if you take them seriously and take control of your own life. Society knows that and doesn't give it to you. They actually take things away. Every time the government says, oh, we're going to help the poor people, we're going to help the homeless, here you are, here's a small house to live in. Oh, by the way, we're taking everything from you with this hand through taxation. I mean, we're so used to this bullshit. I'm fed up of waiting for crumbs to fall over the palace wall. I mean, come on. We don't need you. We're going to do our own thing. We're going to grow our own food. We're going to make, we already do. We already, as a society, we do all the work. And who gets the benefits? Electricity is common benefit, hospitals, etc. Okay, I worked on this many years ago, because I wanted to shorten it up, because people kept saying to me, well, what do you want? You want anarchy? Well, go back to your own country. I'm like, you don't understand anarchy and blah, blah. Anyway, but I had to come up with something. They said, well, what are you in favor of? And I said, okay, free food, free shelter, free healthcare, free education for everybody. Everybody on the planet, free food. No one should starve in this day and age. Free shelter. No one should die of exposure. Free healthcare. If somebody can't look after themselves, then they need help, and that's healthcare. That's real healthcare. And free education, so they can learn how to be self-sufficient, to be less reliant on the drip feed of pretend beneficiaries. It's like, I'm going to help you. No, you're not. I want to help myself. Please help educate me to the point where I can look after myself. So, but of course, all of those things, people go, oh, communist. Well, I'm not a communist. It's common sense. It's not communism. I don't want us all to live in the same fucking house and get nothing. I want our world to be expansive and knowledgeable and grow. And people are born in a defensive situation currently in this society. Everybody's born on their back foot. I'm in poverty. I've got to defend myself against. It's like, no. Free food, free shelter, free healthcare, free education. It's simple too. I mean, it doesn't have to be, I'm not talking about give everybody a palace and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is all of those things should not be things you have to worry about that you don't have, like getting handouts on a street corner because it's not enough, you can't afford the food. These are all drip feed things that they're playing these games with. But I don't need that. I want a society where those things are granted as a birthright. A birthright. And it can be done. Even if you want to stick with the current financial, which I think is part and parcel of the problem, but if you want to keep the current financial model, take 1% off the defense budget and give everybody free food, free shelter, free healthcare, and free education. Well, yeah, but that's going to cause problems. There's people that are going to be lazy. I don't care. It's people are going to kill people. They already do. We need a radical change in the way in which we care for each other. And that's part of my solution. All right. The other thing is to be peaceful and kind. But I think that will come. You see, I do believe it can come to us if we just start out being kind to each other. Have a ripple effect. Packet of crisps. Cup of coffee. I need breakfast. I've got to go to work. I've got lots of things to do today. And my daughter's coming over with a boyfriend and going to help me with some physical moving about of stuff. And then I'm going to go visit their mama and meet my other daughter there to help her, who she's overwhelmed herself with major hoops to jump through in order to get to a position where she can be self-sufficient with, college and all those sort of things. And I mean, I'm not big on the system, but she's trying to use the system in order to gain some traction. She's finding it very difficult because she's doing like 2 jobs and educating through the system. Tough. So we have to step up and help. Bing, bang, boom. All right, that's it. That's my Saturday. Thank you for joining me, comrade. I love you very much for joining me, because sometimes I feel like I'm on my own doing this. I mean, it's not That's just me feeling sorry for myself. Yes, it is. But I just think that if they're openly controlling us, we have to openly step back and go, okay, this is what we're doing. Have a nice weekend. Will do. Yes, will do. I'm going to have a fun-filled weekend of helping others, which really is helping me too. It's helping me grow. June is the superstar. Aren't you, June? Where are you? There you are. June. Hi, kitty. All right. Thank you. 30 minutes. Wow. Longer than I thought. Another cup of coffee, I think, because I'm still sleepy. Cheers then. Thanks, Cormac. Peace. Remember to try and align yourself with that which is peaceful.